no type of athletic endeavor is ever completely fun. You know, even if you play basketball or baseball, like, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna have to buy equipment. You're gonna have to devote some time to practice. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. It's gonna take time and devotion and planning.
Right.
And it's not always going to be fun. And I have a saying, from an endurance athlete perspective, it's not fun until it's done. Because after run a marathon, do triathlons or things like that, those things absolutely suck while you're doing them.
That's not a lot of fun until it's done.
And then afterwards, everybody else is there. You're like, yeah, that was really fun, because it's a past tense perspective on it. But I don't think you find anybody in their right mind in the middle of an Ironman triathlon and say it's fun right then. and this is actually a little bit better than that, because this is actually fun during.
It's actually fun, exactly.
And that was a humongous surprise. Yeah.
What do you have to say about the camaraderie of people and helping each other out here?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I've never been in any type of athletic event where it's to this level. I mean, I've certainly seen it in running clubs and cycling clubs and things like that, but not to this level. And I've certainly seen the complete opposite of it, especially in cycling. It's a great group of people. I mean, you would think it was a beer bowling league, the way everybody just gets along, and oh, you're missing something, well, I've got a spare, any type of thing like that. And we're going to have those issues. Like, everybody's going to lose something, everybody's going to break something, and hopefully somebody around has a spare, and that's proven to be the case, at least in my observation here. It's an incredible group of people. I think the two Dutch guys, Bob and Tom, probably addressed that too. But I haven't seen it either. I'm a Southerner. I'm from South Carolina. We're supposed to be some of the nicest people on the planet. But this is incredible. It's a really great group of people.
To that end, it was in Rick White's sailing book. Sailing is one of those sports where, I mean, you can take any sport to any level, but as a fleet, we really want everyone to come and compete at their best level, and which pushes us all harder to do better. So if someone breaks apart, you don't want to see someone break apart and have to go to the beach, like our main competitor today, and blow their spinnaker. No, we want them right next to us. We want to beat them by like 3 inches, but we want to race them for 60 miles and continually try to adjust and figure out what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and what are they doing, and learning, and that's a rush to do it. And you don't want something to happen to them and, oh, okay, we made it to the beach first today because of a technical error. So I think the whole fleet is like, what does it take to keep everyone on the race? We want as many boats to come as can, and then we want every boat that starts this race to finish and get them through it. If someone has a bad day, we want to somehow handicap it so it doesn't knock them out the whole race, because we just want to challenge each other. We all want to win. Everyone has a drive to win, but really we all want to finish together and win by skill, and win by endeavor, and win by pursuit. I don't know if that's unique to this sport, but it shows up in this sport. It shows up in this race. Absolutely.
Any other questions?
The question prompts.
Yeah. You've been doing it a long time. What's the craziest story you have for us?
Oh, man. Well, so, I mean, this year we've gone through 3 storms. I'm sure other people have talked about it, but we'll call it the week of the 3 storms. So the first day we were just surrounded by lightning, but the winds were only about 30. The second day storm.
Only 30? Can you say only 30 in the same sentence?
The second day storm, the wind did a sudden shift. It was about 30, but we were in probably, I mean, for all the years I've sailed, the most screaming reach I've been on. I mean, I was just waiting for the boat to blow up. I was just waiting for anything to blow up. We didn't blow up, and we actually beat the people we were trying to race in. But and then today was 40 knot winds, and that was crazy. But the craziest day was the second day of the first hobby that we ever did, and I'll try to make it a shorter story. But I'll tell the whole story. So, we were downwind diving, and we were actually doing pretty good. We were keeping up with the fleet. It was Jackson and I, and but we flipped over. We pushed it too hard, flipped over. When we climbed back on, one of our harness hooks hit the hull of the boat, made a small hole. We didn't realize it. So we're sailing along, and the fleet's getting further and further away, and we can't quite figure it out. And then I think we flipped one more time, and then when we tried to flip the boat back over, we couldn't lift the hull up. So we didn't know what was going on, but somehow, I can't remember how we did, but we got around and flipped the boat the other way, and we realized that the hull was full of water. So we sailed into the beach. It was a Boynton beach, and the boat weighed, boats normally weigh 400 pounds, it was about 700 pounds. The hull was, you can look at a hull, but it was this much air and this much water, and it was the right hull. So, you know, we barely came in on the surf, and we're both pulling the front cross beam, front dolphin stroke as hard as we can. We get the boat up, we open the drain valve, and it took about 45 minutes to drain. And then we we had some two-part epoxy, so we turn the boat over, we find the hole. While we're doing that, we broke our hatch, and then so we epoxied the hatch to seal it in, but then we realized that the other epoxy was in the hole, but then we had other epoxy. So somehow we get enough epoxy, and we sealed the hole. So this is just the beginning of the story, to be honest. So the boat's on the beach, and we get it dried out. And it's our second day in the race, and we figured, I don't know, when you first come to the race, you see this committee, you figure out there's a certain amount of support, there's rules. We kind of thought we'd call in and tell them what happened, and it'd be, oh, we're really sorry your boat got damaged, and don't worry, we'll come and help you, and we'll take the boat off the beach, and you guys can start again tomorrow. So I called Chuck, who's the race organizer. I'll explain what's going on. We had a hole, we were almost full of water, we almost sunk, we had to do all this fixing stuff. And he's like, Larry, are you still in this race?